In the Indian Army, there's a tradition. Very many young officers have very fond memories of their first CO. Normally, throughout their service, most of them consider him as their hero, because the first learning experience happens under his command. And there are many, many good COs. So if I was to say that he is my first CO, I revere him, I'll be one of many. But there's one difference, and the difference is every CO does not become chief. Every first CO does not become chief. My first CO became chief. So obviously, he had something more in himself, which I was able to watch and imbibe.
When I say that he's left such an impact, why is it so? A few things about him which are really worth noting. First and foremost, I think he was a man of exceptional moral courage and of a very high moral stature.
I think he stands out like an icon. He stands out on a pedestal which is unparalleled.
In his family, nobody had been in the forces. He had been so constrained, and I think his thinking was way beyond the family's thinking. So, as they say in the book, it is brought out by Brigadier Isard that it was a time of great nationalism, and a lot of people, a lot of boys were being motivated to join in the war effort and all.
He must have been a young officer. In 1944, the battalion he was surveying was in Iraq. In Kirkuk, in grenade throwing, he lost his eye. Unfortunately, the grenade exploded prematurely and he lost his eye.
He used to say in Hindi, कोई अच्छी चीज हासिल करनी हो तो इसकी कीमत चुकानी पड़ती है. How true.
He also served in Burma campaign, and where he was mentioned in dispatches.
He had the option, the kind of standing he had in the regiment, to choose the battalion he wanted to command. And there were other battalions available. But he specifically asked and came to 14 Command.
Of course, he was revered in the battalion because he commanded the battalion in very difficult times. The battalion had just been converted from a state force battalion. He is the one who was able to put the battalion on a very, very strong wicket.
He then was posted as brigade commander of the only brigade in eastern Ladakh, which was much in news very recently. Here is a challenge. If I take up this challenge, maybe I'll make myself. And when you think that this was said in June 62, not knowing what will happen in October, November 62, no one knew it when the Chinese came. And then he got an MBC. His words were prophetic.
He spoke extremely well. He spoke little. He was not a man of many words. He would speak little, but whatever he said was deeply thought of. He would not put a word out of place. And the words were carefully chosen, good diction and good choice of words. So he was an exceptional speaker, and he used to say that whenever you speak something in public, you must leave a thought behind. And that's what he did. He was in his mess on the 1st January 64. Casually he made a remark which I remember very well. He said, nobody teaches you how to command a brigade. You have to go from the known to the unknown. And that applies to every walk of life, any job that you take up.
As he rose up the ladder, and I used to say, wow, how do you feel? Isn't it great? He said, this is very fleeting. I may rise up the ladder, it will come to an end. All this is fleeting.